intervals on the guitar. Intervals. Okay, in my last video that I posted, I worked on interval. I practiced intervals on the guitar, and I play. I use C major scale as an example, and I play the C major scale. excuse me, on the second string, starting from the first fret, and in order to understand intervals on the guitar, we need to understand the makeup of the major scale. I already said that. The major scale has 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And between 4 and 7 and 8, we have half-step intervals. All the other intervals in the major scale are whole step. On the guitar, a whole step is when you start with one, you play a note on one fret, and you skip one fret, and you play the next note. Like C on the B string, C. I skip one fret, and I play D. That's a whole step. If I play C again, I don't skip a fret. I play the next fret up. That's a half step. So we must remember the makeup of a major scale. So even if you don't know music theory, you still can play a major scale in any key on the guitar. If you remember that a major scale is made of a whole step, another whole step, and you got a half step, then you play another whole step, another whole step, another whole step, and then you got a half step. That's 2 whole step, 1 half step, which is between 3 and 4, 3 whole step, and 1 half step, which is between 7 and 8. Okay, that's the major scale. So you play, once again, I'm gonna say, you play a whole step when you start on one fret. You play a note on one fret, and you skip a fret. You play the next note, C to D, whole step. If I play C, I don't skip a fret. I play the next fret up, that's C sharp. Okay. So the makeup, always remember, we have to remember the makeup of the major scale, so we can play the major scale on anywhere on the fretboard. But it's easy. It's easy to play. When we play the major scale on one string, on just one string, it's easy because we can see it. We can see whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step. can see it. Where it becomes a little more challenging is when you start skipping, when you start playing on one string, the scale on one string, and you move to the next string and the next string and so on. Excuse me. It becomes a little more difficult now, because sometimes to play the scale you use open string. You can be a combination of open string and like open string and fretted notes, stuff like that. So like I can move from E to A and so on and so on. So it makes it a little more challenging to play the scale than when you play it on one string, that on just one string that you can see all the way up. You can see all the notes right in front of you. But it's not. It takes you. It only takes practice to do it. It's not. It's not as difficult as we may think. We just have to practice. So just have we must know the notes by name, also by numbers. If we can do that, we will not have any problem to play the scales. The major scales in any way. Okay, so we know we got whatever. The reason I'm talking about major scale, because the subject, what I'm going over, and I will go over in a few more videos, is intervals on the guitar. But I have to talk about the major scale, because the major scale is the mother of all scales, and the major scale is consists. The major scale consists of intervals. So I'm talking about intervals, and all, because intervals is an interval is a distance between one note to another note. It can be the distance between the first note to the second note, between the first note to the third note, between the first note to the seventh note, and so on. Those are called intervals. So it's going to take a while to go over the interval subject, but we need to go step by step in order to be able to understand the entire the procedures, the comprehensive procedures, how to play the intervals on the guitar. If we skip steps, then we may have to come back later and try to go back and learn some stuff again about that. So also, we need to know the names of all the notes on the guitar to be able to identify the intervals on the guitar, because on one string it's easy to see the notes you're playing. You're skipping fret and you see, okay, this is A, G, B, you can see it. But when you're skipping string, this is where the letter name of the notes become very important. So we need to know the name of the notes, letter names, and also the number 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and the name also C, D, E, and so on. The keyboard, the piano player, he or she knows the notes on the keyboard. So hey, we can do, I believe we can do the same on the guitar, you know. And you know, most guitar players know the name of the six strings on the guitar. Okay, open strings, we all know it, you know. Most well, I can even go even I can even go even further. No, I know. I'm going to say most guitar players know the name of the six open strings on the guitar. All right, so is it E? We know that. B, G, D, A, and low E. Someone asked me, why are you practicing basic stuff on the guitar? Well, I do that because the first, when I started posting videos, when I started posting my practice videos, I said that those videos are mostly for beginners. Okay, but experienced player can maybe might find something that they overlooked, and then they can be reminded of that, and then they can check it out, and then improve their playing, because we most guitar players overlooked some stuff, because when we start playing the guitar, we just want to play songs so we can start playing, so, you know, please people, you know, stuff like that. We learn some chords, we play songs, but we don't really go deep in learning the guitar until later, when the guitar becomes your friend. Now you want to know your friend. Now you have a friendship with your friend. And to have a better friendship with your friend, you must know your friend. So that's when we say, and that's when we find out, oh man, we need to know more. And then we start learning more and more about our friend, in order to make the friendship stronger and stronger every day. So as we practice together, we're gonna make mistakes. So if I make a mistake somewhere, because you've been playing too, so if I make a mistake, you see it was a mistake. Hey, you can disregard what I said, and then use the correct one, because if you know it. Okay. Intervals. Okay. You know that uh, you got your six strings, all right, and we got E, high E, B, G, D, A, and low E. Okay, you know what I play? I just play intervals. You know, from E to A, the distance between those two strings, that's an interval. Okay, that's why you call it interval. Okay, so if I play A, D, that's another interval, and so on. If I play, and the interval doesn't have to be from one note to the next. It could be from one note to the highest note. If I can play E, low E, and I play high E, I play high E. The distance between the low E and the high E, that's an interval, but there's a name for it. The names of the intervals on the guitar, those are for another video, for one video in itself. I will cover that, because right now we just want to know the names of the notes on the guitar in order to play the intervals correctly. If I play, I'm gonna choose any note, okay? Right there, okay? And I play that. That's a C. I'm 8th fret, 6th string, okay? And I go to the next string, A, okay? And I play a note, it's a 10th fret, okay? And I play that. That's an interval, okay? There's a name for it, but not now. We talk about that another time. If I go here, I play C here, 3rd fret. Okay? 3rd fret, and I go to the 3rd string, the G string, and I play a note. Okay? I'm on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and 3rd string, 5th fret. I'm gonna play those two notes. That's an interval. There's a name for it. If I on the 3rd fret, I play the G. I play G here, and I play D on the 2nd string, the B string. I play G on the 1st string, 3rd fret, and I play D on the 2nd string, B string, 3rd fret. The distance between those two notes, that's an interval. So there are intervals all over the fretboard. If I play a note, okay, let me play some. Let me tell you why. Let me show you why I told you that you must know the names of the notes, especially when you're playing the scale, the major scale, on different strings, because it's easier on on one string. It's easier to say 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You can, but when you're skipping strings, now you need to know the names of the note, because if I start here, let's say I play C here, 8th fret, I play C, and I'm gonna go to the 3rd. I play C on the 8th fret, 6th string. Then I'm gonna go on the 4th string, 5th fret. All right. So as you can see, I'm not counting. I still can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and find out which note number the second note is. But it's not as easy as if it is on one string. So that's why I need to know. It's better for me to know the name. It's also good to know the names of the notes on the guitar. So when you don't have to count 1 to 7, then you got your you got the name of the note available to you. All right, so now I'm not counting. I'm not going to count 1 to 7. I'm not going to count to find out what note number the second note is, because I know the name of it on the guitar. So I know this is on the 8th fret. I got the C, and then on the 8th fret 6th string, I got the C right there, and on the 5th fret 4th string, I play another note. Okay, I know it's a G. So between C and G, that's an interval. But you see, we skip strings. So that's why that's the reason why it is. That's the reason why it is very important to know not only the numbers but also the names of the note. So this is the interval. That's an interval. There's a name for it. Well, let me give you a hint. Even though I'm not, even though I told you I'm not going to talk about the names of the interval right now, that the subject will be covered on one video or maybe two. Okay, so but I can give you the name of what I just played. This is C and G. Okay, that interval is called a perfect fifth. You will know one day why it is called a perfect fifth. Okay, so for now, let's see, you and I together, we can name some notes on the guitar, because we need to know the names of the notes on the guitar to be able to understand, to identify the intervals whenever we play them. But first we have to identify the notes. Okay, so the first string, like I know it's basic stuff, but I'm talking to the beginners. Okay, F. Okay, let's start with the east, with the high E. Okay, that's it. That's E. Okay, this is E. First string. The notes on the first strings all the way to 12th fret, because from the 13th fret up, you repeat the same structure, the same scale. Well, I can say the same scale because it's called chromatic scale. So we E, now that's open E, high E. Now you press E, first fret, that's F. Move one fret up, F sharp. Okay? Move one fret up, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. See? B and C. I didn't say B sharp. I said B and C, because in the major scale, between B and C, it's a half step. Okay? So we are in C now, right? Yes. C, C sharp, okay, D sharp, E, 12th fret. We play the scale. We play the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale, that means we only play half notes. Not half steps, I mean. We only play half steps, not whole step, all the way to the 12th fret. And then on the 13th fret, we start with F again. And then we can do the same thing to the end. Okay, second string. What do we have? We have B, right? Okay, B. That's the second string. Open B. We're gonna play. Now we're gonna play the first note. We're gonna press the string on the first fret. That's C. Move up. One fret. C sharp. D. D sharp. E. Right? E. F. I didn't say E sharp. I say E, F, because I know in the major scale between E and F is a half step. Okay? So where am I? I'm in F, right? Move up. F sharp. G. G sharp. A. A sharp. B. Okay, that's it. We started with B, open B, and we end up on the 12th fret. We end up with B. Okay. So now 13th fret. We have C again. The C that we play on when we press the string on the first fret. We play a C. Well, the C now, with the same C, we started another scale, and all the way up. Okay, this is the C. G. All right. This is the G string, third string. Open G. Let's press the first fret. Let's press the string on the first fret, the G string. That's G sharp. Move up one fret. A. A sharp. A sharp. B. B. C. I didn't say B sharp, I say C. C sharp. D. D sharp. A. F. F sharp. And G again. Okay? This is F, this is G again. And then now, remember the first note was on the first fret was G sharp, and then right here again G sharp on the 13th fret, and then we can play the same scale all the way up. You start over on the 3rd fret, on the 13th fret. You start over on the 13th fret. All right, let's go with D now. Okay, D. This is D. Okay, we press the first. Let's press D string on the 1st fret. D sharp. E. F. I didn't say E sharp, I say F. F sharp. G. G sharp. A. A sharp. B. B. Like in Bravo. B. C. I didn't say B sharp, I say C. C sharp. And D. That's it. 12. I'm on 12. I'm on the 12th fret now. I play D. On the 13th fret, D sharp. We can start the scale over all the way up. All right. 5th string, A. Open string. Now let's press, excuse me, let's press the A string on the 1st fret. That's A sharp. Move up 1 fret up. That's B. B, as in Bravo, B. 1 fret up. C. 1 fret up, 1 fret up. C sharp. 1 fret up. D. 1 fret up. D sharp. 1 fret up. E. 1 fret up. F. I didn't say E sharp, I say F. F sharp. G. G sharp. A. Okay? Now I'm on the 12th fret with A. Then the scale start over on the 13th fret with A sharp. Okay, the low E is the same as the high E. All the notes you get, those are E, the E. So I don't need to play the notes on the low E because they are the same as the high E. So I hope I get it right. If you somewhere, if you find out somewhere that I made a mistake, go ahead and fix it yourself, because you are a guitar player. Even if you start playing, even if you just started, you know, you can consider yourself as a guitar player, as a beginner. And then if I made a mistake here, you try to figure it out yourself and fix it.